Good evening, everybody. Here tonight to answer Tony's new 4-question thread. Great questions, man. I really dig these and look forward to answering them. I've thought about them a little bit. I'm sure I'll prattle on a little bit, but anyway, let's get down to it, shall we? First question. If you woke up tomorrow completely deaf and never again to hear again, would your records still hold value to you at all? Would you keep them or sell them? Well, I would keep the ones that I have, for sure. The thought of going deaf is kind of a scary thing because I love music so much. But I would probably take the opportunity to seek other paths, maybe write more music than I'm writing now. Because, I mean, you think about, I mean, the big one is Beethoven. As far as deaf artists. And yeah, just the vibrations, you know what I mean? Like, sound is a sonic vibration. So the records that I have, I've listened to them enough to, hopefully at that time, to know them based on, you know, the feeling. If I turn it up loud enough, and I'll remember the songs, you know, from memory. As far as if I would collect any more, probably not, because I wouldn't know what its true sound was. But I would take the opportunity to make more music, maybe freak some people out, you know. But yeah, that's the answer to that one. Second question. If digital sound ever got to the point where it just completely blew away vinyl/analog in a sound quality, would you still collect vinyl? Would that change the way you collect? Honestly, I don't really have that many CDs. I never really got that big into collecting CDs. And for about a, let's say, 8-year period of time, I didn't buy a lot of music because I was making it, you know. Making so much, I was probably in 6-7 bands in that time. Some of them 2 or 3 bands at a time, you know. And yeah, so I don't really see a digital sound. Oh, my record's kind of skipping. Wait a minute. Anyway, so, what was I saying? Anyway, it would probably be vinyl only. I haven't bought a CD, like I bought that Liar CD about 2 months ago, and that was like the first CD I bought in, you know, a few years. But yeah, I mean, it's not just, I don't have the perfect setup as it is. I have probably the worst stereo in the entire vinyl community. But it's more about it's more about the ritual of it for me than anything else. And I like the pops and I like the hisses. You know, it's every time I hear those pops and hisses, even if it's on a brand new record, it strikes a chord with me. And, makes me think of, you know, why I got into music in the first place, and wanted to play it. You know, wanted to put something on a recorded medium and preserve it for history as an artifact. You know. Unfortunately, I've only made one 7-inch at this point, but I hope to remedy that in the years to come. But yeah, it's vinyl all the way, baby. Let's see. 3. Be honest here. Do you find more joy in finding that Most Wanted/Holy Grail record or listening to it? For me, That's two separate journeys, and it's a cliche, but it is the journey, not the destination. The hunt, the crate digging, the looking for that record is such a rush, and when you finally find it, it's just an amazing feeling. Depending on the circumstances, I mean, if you're focused, you know, some say that if you look for something, you'll never find it. But I've had both cases happen to me with regards to records and love and trouble. But yeah, it's definitely the hunt for me. And then once you get the record, I mean, I've had many different circumstances as far as that's concerned too, where I am so enthralled with the record that it doesn't matter what it sounds like, you know. I'm just glad I have it, and every moment of it, listening to it, is just amazing for me. But there's moments where I look for a record and, you know, I hear about it, you know, from my friends or reading about it, and I get it, and I'm not so hip to it, you know, and doesn't have that immediate gratification that finding it does, you know what I mean? So for me, it's more the hunt. It's always about the journey, more so than the destination is concerned. Yeah, and then finally, show a record that you would recommend to anyone in the vinyl community, perhaps one you haven't recommended before. And it's being a little difficult, but we're listening to it. This is the Entrance Band. This is their album Prayer of Death. It's on TP Records, and I think they actually released another record a couple years ago, but there's the gatefold there. And let me get out the liner notes here. Now, it's just one guy. This band started off as just one guy, and his name is Guy Blakesley. So he did basically everything on this album, but then he got, I think Derek James is his drummer now. He's probably got a whole new band since I've seen him. Although I know Paz Lynchington, who might be known as the bass player for A Perfect Circle. When I saw them, she was playing, and it was just an amazing show. This record, albeit a great record, does little justice to the live experience. I always like that separation too, the separation between live and recorded music. That's why like when I go see a show. That's what I liked about the Earth show the other day. Like, there were some parts that didn't sound like the record, and you know, and I don't want to go see a band and hear the record. I want to hear something organic, something live. You know what I mean? So this is the record I would recommend to y'all. And that about does it for my answers, Tony. Thanks for the questions, man. It was really cool. And then yeah, that's all I got to say for this one. And I got another video I'm going to make right after this. So I love you, Tony. I love you long time.